It was very hard. Joan had learned these past few months not to scream at someone sometimes. One moment you were vibrating with excitement, but quickly all that same energy could be funneled into fear or anger. She never lived this much on the edges of her own emotions, and it was exhausting. I'm your host, Melanie.
And I'm Tiffany.
And we are two outdoorsy bookish baldies.
And this is Words in the Wild.
Welcome back, everyone. Hi.
Welcome back to the show for another one. Man, I love reading. I really love reading.
Yeah, it's dope.
I'm so glad that I started reading again.
Yay. I love that we have this space. It is really a treat and just like an anchor in my life. So, very grateful.
Ditto. You know what else I'm grateful for?
What?
Yo, this book. So look, at the end of the season, y'all, we're going to do this thing where we have to rank our season's books from fave to least fave.
Ooh.
Which is going to be hard because the first two were heavy hitters. But I am not going to lie to you. I cannot put this book down. Or, I mean, like, I am reading. I'm like, maybe the font is larger than normal. Because, like, why am I finishing 60 pages in, like, a day and a half? Like, what is happening here?
It's true. Yeah. No, I mean, she has a really engaging like writing style. Like I feel like she's mastered like some sort of art of like, I don't know. Like she just started. I mean, it really did feel like it was written like a TV show where you're like thrust into the action, and then she kind of like there's like this tension and then this release, and then she like is able to build that tension up again. I don't know. She's good. She's got the stuff. But yeah, I agree. I've been reading it. Yeah, like normally it takes me like I'm a slow reader, but I'll read like 10 pages in like 15, 20 minutes, which is like fast for me. Maybe not for a lot of people, but that's really fast for me. So, yeah, I agree. And the pages are thick too. So, I don't know. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but like it feels like I'm making progress faster.
Yeah, I really, I need to know what other people are experiencing because it feels wild. Like, I'm just like, is this book that good or something else? Like, I don't know. I don't know. And I mean, I get it. It is the first book, I guess, to some degree that's like a proper love story.
Yeah.
And I think we're technically both lover girls in a way. So it's like really digging deep into that part of me that loves love.
Yeah, it's true.
You
Like as
say
someone fresh out of a breakup, if you can make me still root for love, like then you like
you are a lover girl. Exactly. And I'm
Yeah.
fresh out of no intentions of dating. And I am like loving every second of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it is it just it could also just be the compounding of so much negative energy in the world that it's like I just need to feel joy, even if it's third degree, second degree, eighth degree. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like I was watching, you know me, I watch all these DJs on YouTube. Big fan of that.
Do you watch
And
Selection?
huh?
Do you watch Selection? Do you know
I
Selection?
well, I've been on Selection for over 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
interesting because I actually was watching a DJ, and I was like, it wasn't like Joe K. I can't remember which DJ it was, but it was a DJ who was a part of Selection. And I was like, damn, they still popping? Like cause I went away from that, you know, I kind of got into my soca and reggae, and like my music taste is so it just kind of like I was listening to Nina Simone like 2 days ago, all day. So it just depends on what I'm in the mood for. But yeah, there's this DJ set called Golden Hour, and it's spelled, of course, with no vowels. So
I think that's shown up on my YouTube algorithm.
yeah,
Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
we literally have the same music algorithm, so it's fine, unbeknownst to us, but,
Right?
um, yeah, that and, like, it was just, like he started playing, like, some Latin music,
Hmm.
and so people were, like, doing the salsa, and, like, this girl just walked up to this guy and was like, "You're dancing with me," and it wasn't, like, somebody she knew, and it wasn't romantic, it was just, like, we just having fun and vibing, and to me, that is love,
Yeah.
and I loved it
Hmm.
so much, and I was
Mhm.
just like, "Yes,
Yeah.
I just wanna see more pure,
Connection.
unadulterated,
Yeah.
unsaturated, just beautiful acts of love, not with any intention." I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, I love that. Wow. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot more I could say about that. I'm also just thinking about like what you mentioned about this book and like I don't know, this is probably another conversation for another day, but like what is it about this book that makes it so easy to just keep reading and picking up? And I don't know. And you're like, is this book really that good? And I guess we'll find out, by the time we get to the end, we'll have our answer. But I don't know. And then
yeah.
think about what is the difference between like a good book versus a good writer? Because I know that she's a good writer, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like that. And I think that that's a big part of what's making this book so easy to read. And like is a good book boiled down to just like good writing or like what else makes it? I think that's a part of it, but I don't know, like what.
Right, like, is the story also a part of it?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, the characters, like the
Mhm,
things that
mhm.
we're like uncovering, like the takeaways and the
Yeah.
lessons, like yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I will say this, though, her chapters are pretty short. I know they're
Mhm.
not proper chapters, but there's a lot of, like, these breaks,
Mhm.
but a lot of, like, forward movement in the book where
Yeah.
you wanna keep going.
Mhm.
And obviously, the flash forwards and flashbacks help in that way, but it's not
Mhm.
even just that, it's just the pacing is really nice. I think it's just a
Yeah.
really, really good pacing.
Mhm.
And, like, if you were a runner and somebody just came along and jogged next to you, it just feels like this is the speed I should be going with the book,
Yeah.
and it
Mhm.
just flows. I don't know. I may try one. I've also been the other struggle is that I don't really have a proper secondary book for the first time. Like every other book we've read this season, I was also reading other books at the same time.
Mhm.
Now I'm just focused on like my Buddhist spiritual text, which is good, but it's not
It's not.
like it doesn't feel like
Yeah.
a book. It
Right.
feels like I'm reading the Bible, kind of,
Yeah.
but not at all.
Yeah.
And so when I read the book so fast, and I'm like, I don't have anything else to read.
Mhm.
But normally I can't read the other books that I'm reading because I am just getting through my other pages. Whatever, I'll digress. Yeah, I know we basically use this as our wellness check-in, but,
Yeah.
how in the heck are
How
you?
in the heck are you?
How in the hecker?
Do you remember Leslie Allen Jones? It was like this little
Mhm.
white man from Tennessee. He was so cute. He was like this little gay white man from Tennessee. He
Oh,
was probably like
Leslie,
I think that was his name, or
I
maybe I
I
could be.
think you
It was
might
definitely
be
Leslie something, but
okay, I do know I think I know who you're talking about. I
he
actually
was
do.
so cute. He was like this little southern gay white man, and he was like 60, and he was just adorable. And he would always be like, "Well, shit, what are y'all doing?" I don't know. I think I wanna adopt that as like but anyway. Um,
Well, I think I told you we're all gonna remigrate back to the South, so
yes, the
I
great reverse migration.
Mhm. Yes, that is the
Um,
plan.
but yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm pretty tired today, but I'm doing all right, hanging in there. Um, gosh, yeah, I've been skating. You were talking about what's how reading is so dope, and reading is dope. And do you know what else is really dope? Learning new things is just freaking dope to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think that, like, I realized that, like, the act of learning is, like, a genuine passion of mine.
Mhm.
Especially, like, learning physical skills, like learning to climb was like really exciting to me. And I have kind of like, I'm like, I think I'm just like casually taking a hiatus from climbing right now. But that was like awesome to learn for me. Learning new skills with my bike is always like really fun. Um, and like learning to roller skate has been like really, really fun. I don't know. There's just something like really magical about building something out of basically nothing, and I think that, like, learning is you're building when you learn things, like, you're
Yeah.
starting with a foundation of nothing, and then you're building something that's, like, really complicated and takes a lot of, like, orchestration and, like, synchronization between your mind and your body to, like, achieve something that you previously weren't able to do before. That's, like, so cool to me.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was, like, the coolest thing ever to me. So, yeah, I've been learning to roller skate, and I've been learning this move called the crazy legs, which is, like, really hard, and it's taken me, like, 2 months to, like, even get to where I am right now. Maybe not, maybe a month, but, like, I'm finally starting to get it, and I'm trying to figure out how to add my own little sauce and my own little flair to it, and I'm learning the
Oh, I love it.
downtown. That one's really fun, even though it seems like something that should be easy, but I guess I'm just not that coordinated.
I don't
'Cause
know. I think skating proper is
yeah,
fine. I think skate moves is something people underestimate the difficulty level of, and the
yeah,
trickery, and
the
even just being
balance,
able to dance while skating is an
yeah,
art, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. It is like, I'm like, "Oh, I can go forward and backward, no problem. I can even, like, have a little rhythm, whatever." But then trying to do specific moves, especially moves that, like, where you're trying to, like, have control, like, you're not, like, generating momentum to go forward or backward, you're trying to more or less go, like, side to side, but, like, stay more or less in the same place, like, that requires a lot of control and a lot of, like, balance and, like, the ability to, like, pivot and transfer your weight very quickly, and it's hard, but it's really fun, and I'm
Yeah.
really proud of my progress, so, yeah.
I love that you have that outlet. It's so interesting because I think I mentioned before that I wanted to get back into writing,
Mhm.
and I guess I did in a way. I decided to start writing for my blog, First
Mm.
Outdoor,
Mhm.
and I kinda needed to just, like, purge,
Yeah.
and so it's called, Balancing Burnout.
Mhm.
And I kinda wrote it because I came to this conclusion that climbing is, like, very addictive, and I
Mhm.
don't think people really talk about that.
Mhm.
Like, I could not think of any other sport that I have gotten into where it became this all-consuming thing, where any other activity that I enjoyed was put on the back burner. It was like, I can't be a hiker and a climber. I can't be a
Yeah.
true cyclist and a climber. Like, I'm a climber. That is me, my identity.
Mhm.
And when I was writing this article, I was kinda, like, coming to the conclusion that the reason people burn out is because A, climbing is so physically challenging on your body, but it
Mhm.
is also so all-consuming that once you don't have it, it's like you're lost.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who I am without this thing. And so I guess the crux of the write-up was just basically, you gotta not just be a climber. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta still skate, you gotta still do these other things in alignment with it. You can't cut off your other
Yeah.
friends who don't
Like when you get
climb.
in a relationship and you're like, "It's just me and my man now,"
Yeah.
like
I even mentioned that too in a way. Like,
Yeah.
I have very mixed feelings about climbers dating climbers.
Mm.
Um, and it wasn't so much no shade, no shade, no, no, no. But it's more
It's true
so,
experience.
I think climbers can date climbers successfully, but they
Mhm.
have to have a relationship outside of climbing, and they have to have relationships with other people in climbing that is not them.
Yeah.
If your climbing is also wrapped up so tightly in your relationship too,
Mhm.
that's just even worse. I mean, you have a traumatic event, something like, you just look, I'm gonna link it. If anybody wants to read my random ass thoughts, like, this isn't meant
Yeah.
to be medical articles. In some ways, they were kind of meant to be a bit more poetic.
Mhm.
But then I was like, well, Google, I guess I'll make it search engine friendly and talk about tips, I guess. But
Mhm.
it, take from it what you will. I think the thing I want to do is just start creating more conversations around outdoor recreation and our relationship to it and how it affects our mental, physical health and all those things. And so
Mhm.
I really just wrote it so other people can share their experiences. Like I want people to comment and tell their stories. And so trying to just create a space like that.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
but speaking of climbing, I actually went climbing twice since we've last
Wow.
spoke, which is obviously completely out of the norm for myself, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
The first session was amazing. I recorded an episode of my blog that I also never do anymore,
Mhm.
but I did it in alignment with that writing, right?
Mhm.
And then the second time that I went climbing, I sat in the gym for an hour and a half and read
Hmm.
before I even touched anything.
Yeah.
I actually was like, I came and then I walked in the gym and I was like, I don't want to climb.
Yeah.
And
I
I
know
was
that
like,
feeling.
I'm I had somewhere else to be, so I'm in New York, so I'm like, I'm gonna just sit here until the event that I have to go to, but I actually don't feel like climbing.
Mhm.
And I think I did like 3 or 4 climbs after
Mhm.
that hour and a half period.
Mhm.
But yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I think I just realized that climbing will definitely still be a part of my life.
Yeah.
But in a much more intimate, strategic, and impersonal way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree. I think I will eventually pick up climbing again, but I will have to recreate my relationship with it. But that's cool. I love that you went, and I love that you had a great experience your first time, and I love that you listened to yourself the second time and was like, "Nah, but I got this book though." And that's like cool.
yeah.
I don't know, like I don't know. It's like if it's a chill environment and you just feel like relaxed. I think it's also good, like it can help you form different associations with the gym to kind of like take away that intensity of like, oh, I've got to be performing, I've got to be sending, I've got to be doing this and that. You're like, oh, I can actually just come here and have a really relaxed experience.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So, um, well, with that being said, we took 20 minutes of y'all's time and now we can talk about the book.
Yes, cool atmosphere.
Mm-mm-mm.
This is our third kind of like discussion about the book, and this past week we read pages 140 through 193. And yeah, I'll dive into like uh I'll dive into a recap, and then as things, stick out to you, feel free to call them out. I had some like themes that I definitely wanted us to chat about too. But yeah, like basically, I'm like, because I like doing, like, I like talking about what happened last too. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, basically, like, Joan and
It,
Vanessa.
and it ended at a flashback and it starts still in a flashback. So, last episode we kind of like ended at a flash forward. We were in that 1984 present day,
Mhm.
but now we're still kind of in the 1981,
Yeah,
the best year of the world.
right. Oh, okay, yes. Um, but yeah, okay, so when we pick up, they're on a team camping trip with their families. I think it's just like I guess like a celebratory camping trip. Maybe I can't remember. It might have been after they finished all their trainings, but there was some sort of camping trip where they all got together and folks got to bring their families. Joan brings Francis, um, and it's a cute time.
I said
And
Barbara still sucks.
you said, "Oh yeah, Barbara." Wait, why? I mean, she does, but like,
I can't She did something in this
yeah.
during this whole thing, and I can't see, this is a problem. I read this book so long ago, I forgot why she annoyed me in this moment.
She's like, I
but
don't like her. I just don't
she
like her.
did she did she did some she said something stupid and
Yeah, probably.
just
That's so Barb. That is so Barb.
I'm so oh, I need oh, okay. Anyway.
But,
Oh, this what I actually wrote. She
okay.
told the kid she literally told her child that she gave up her life to raise her.
Yeah.
Now
Oh, when Joan was taking her in the car?
yeah,
Yeah.
like, "I don't have a life because of you."
I
No,
know
you
that's
don't
too
have a
funny.
life because of the choices that you made. You
Yeah.
don't put that off on your kid.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
That
so
is
mad.
crazy. Yeah. 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 That's wild. Um, but we kind of get a little bit better insight into why Lydia is the way she is. So they had an interesting discussion where, yeah, basically I think someone made a joke. I can't remember. One of the guys made a joke and Lydia like laughed at it and Joan was like, "I'm sick of this." And she kind of calls it out and they have this exchange. It's like Lydia, Joan and Donna. And Lydia's point of view is basically that we kind of have to be like Joan's point of view is like, why are you like laughing at their jokes? Why are you laughing at their crude jokes? Why are you, playing along? Like this is disrespectful. How are you participating in this?
Yeah.
Um, and Lydia's point is like, we have to be like them because like they're only letting us in here to the extent that we can like integrate into their culture and be like them. Like the men picked the women that they thought would be like as good as them. Um and she says, yeah, we have to be like them. That's why they're letting women into the program because we finally convinced them that we are just as good as them. NASA is primarily run by men. If we want to go up there, we have to convince a man to choose us. We have to be somebody the men here want to work with. We have to be smart. And Donna's kind of like, I feel like somewhere in the middle where she's like, I don't like the way this is. I don't like that what you're saying is true, but I do think that it's true. And yeah, I don't know. I was curious, like what came up for you when you kind of read that section?
It's funny because most of my Lydia stuff is a little bit, further into this section,
Mm,
but, my main notes was that NASA is white and male,
yeah.
and I don't think acting like a white male is going to create change.
Mm,
Like,
no.
that logic to me was pretty asinine. I was like, "Okay,
Mhm.
here's the thing. The men already don't respect you. Like,
Mhm.
those crude jokes is not respect. It's
Mhm.
not funny, and it's not appropriate.
Yeah.
And you just being like, "Well, let's do the guys. Let's tell the guys we gotta be like the guy." Like, but you're not guys, and you're
Yeah.
not like them,
Yeah.
and they've already let you in the door, sis. Your foot is in.
Mhm.
So, like, body your whole chest into this door, like, bring
Yeah.
all that feminine energy or whatever, and,
Yeah.
like, I'm definitely more in alignment with Joan,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and if I don't like what you said to me, I don't like what you said to me.
Yeah.
I mean, in some cases,
Mhm.
I think, to be honest, I would just ignore some of the people, and in
Mhm.
some cases, I would probably speak out, but, like
But it's like yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, 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 go ahead.
I was just gonna say I mean, I agree. Like, and I think I'm more inclined to like kind of side with Joan, but I'm also like, I mean, for Lydia, that did kind of pay off, Like I feel like there was like some assignment or something. I can't quite remember what it was, but everyone was like, "Oh, Lydia's gonna get picked for it," and I think she did. And like, it seems like her kind of like brown nosing or whatever, like it is paying off at least in the short term. So it's like
Yeah,
this,
but
yeah,
at what cost?
right.
Like
Right, because I'm thinking about like right, like there's like the short term payoff of certain things, and then there's the long term payoff of certain things, and it's like in the short term you win, but in the long term, like you're setting a precedent that now other people behind you is going to actually make it more challenging for other women that come behind you because if other women that come behind her that might have the same mentality as someone like Joan all of a sudden Lydia set the precedent that like women who come to this program are going to be on board with like this kind of behavior. And
Yeah.
so when future women come along and they're not on board, I feel like it just kind of creates additional friction, rather than
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
you said, coming in the door and being like, okay, we're here now, but like this is how we're gonna operate. I don't know if that made
Yeah,
sense.
I think, look, yes, brown nosing, we've seen this in real life, right?
Yeah.
You suck up to the person and you play the game the way they want you to play it.
Mhm.
But at any point, they can turn on you. Like, it really
Yeah.
can't be about being one of the boys. To me,
Mhm.
I'm smart. I know what I'm doing. I'm competent. That's all I need to do. And I can do that as myself fully. Because from the jump of all this whole NASA stuff, it was based on what you're capable of,
Mhm.
not based on if you're one of the boys or if you're cool or this. And like I said, yeah, okay, maybe that is the case and you get to fly first or you get these certain opportunities.
Right.
But to me, what you can't do is you can't tell me that I didn't bring it.
Mhm.
You can't fire me. You're
Mhm.
eventually gonna have to give me an opportunity. Like,
Yeah.
this is a dangerous job. There's only so many people who can do it.
Mm.
I don't think it makes sense. I also think eventually that can wear thin on you playing
Yeah.
a character that is not your own. Like, you will eventually break
Yeah.
character or something. So,
Yeah, I don't know, it's so interesting. This is like okay, I kn we can, like, move on from this topic, but I the other one other thing that it did kinda bring up for me was, like, I was just thinking about, like, just pioneers, and I do feel like in the beginning, like, in the beginning, there was Adam. Just kidding. But, like, I was thinking about, like, because 'cause I'm still reading King, don't add me, okay? That book is long, and I got other stuff going on.
That's
But,
fair.
but it's picking up. But yeah, I was thinking about like MLK and how his approach was like I feel like he's like it's not a one-to-one example. I do think that there are nuances that make it different, but I feel like he's like the Lydia who's like, "Hey, we kind of got to give up some we got to make some compromises. We got to play their game a little bit.
Yeah.
Not to the same extreme, like, I don't think he was like, "Yeah, you can call me the N word, I'm cool with it," like, I don't think he was like that,
Yeah,
like, I
yeah.
do think that he actually, like, stood for something, which I feel like Lydia doesn't really have that kind of integrity, but I feel like Joan then maybe is like the Malcolm X of it all, like, she's not necessarily that extreme, she's not gonna like, you know what I mean, like, shank shank
Mhm.
somebody or whatever, but, like, I don't know, just these different approaches to progress and, like, where at what point is it, like, assimilation versus, like, strategy, like, one could argue that Lydia is strategizing and, like, maybe she has a strategy where, like, later on, she's gonna, like now that she's really got her foot in the door, she's gonna, like, try to, like, implement these changes or, like, create equality in this way or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's just
Maybe.
what's
I
the
just think
balance, I guess.
I think she's a pick me, and
Yeah.
that's all there
Yeah.
is to it for me.
No. Yeah. No, okay. I mean, fair. Okay. I don't know. But yeah, it's just an interesting thought to me, like,
Well, I just
just in
feel
that
like if she really had this strategic plan to infiltrate NASA and
yeah,
then she wouldn't treat the other women in the program the way
the
she
way she
did,
does, yeah. No, that's true, that's true. Yeah.
And
I
so,
agree. I don't think that she has a master plan. I don't think
no,
she's
this is
thinking about anybody
selfish.
but herself. Yeah.
Yes. This
Yeah.
is I'm going to the top.
Yeah.
I don't care about anybody else but me.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And
that's
whoever
true.
she ended up dating, I don't remember.
Oh, I
Didn't
didn't
she
realize.
didn't she wasn't it Lydia and Donna who were listening when the crash happened, and was it not Lydia
Lydia
and Donna?
in the Lydia
Huh?
is on the shuttle.
Oh, you're right. Never
Yeah.
mind. My bad. Is
Um,
Donna and somebody else, never
Donna
mind.
and Hank, who is also on the shuttle. Hank is on the shuttle. Donna is not.
No, no, I know there was 2 wives. There was 2
Oh.
wives who were l able to hear what was going on, and they were astronauts, and I guess I just can't remember who the other
Yeah. I
woman
don't think she
was.
was a major character.
No, no, I told you they be stacking these
So many
characters.
names, I know.
Yeah, Lydia only kinda became relevant to me this time,
Mm,
this group of readings, because she showed her ass this time,
yeah.
so
Lydia Liza
which
Gutman.
we'll get to, but
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, just something that I think about, like, what is I think in the case of, like, an MLK and a Malcolm X, at least they both were genuinely trying to make progress for the greater good. They just had different approaches, but Lydia, I don't think she's really concerned about progress. I think she's concerned about her achievements within her lifetime, and, like, anything outside of that is none of her business. Um,
yep.
but yeah, so oh man. So Joan and Griff, they kind of become cool again. Griff had to kind of like, lick his wounds a little bit and like just get over the fact that he and Joan were not going to be together. But he does eventually approach her and he's like, yeah, let's be cool. And he kind of calls out more directly, a little still indirectly, but more indirectly, like his observation that Joan and Vanessa are a thing. And he's basically like, hey, I know that you might have a different lifestyle, wink.
Mhm. Wink, wink. Yeah.
But
And Joan's like, "What? What are you talking about? I don't know. What lifestyle? I'm just a me." Like, "Oh my god, girl, sit down."
right. But he's like, to his credit, he's like, I got your back. Like, if anything happens, like, I will ride for you.
He's like,
Like,
"I got your back, but I don't have your front and your back." She was like, "Oh, oh, so we could go to dinner and we He's like, "Nah, nah, sis. Imma need you to calm down a little bit. I ain't say we we back."
yeah, right. But I love that. I don't know. He seems like a solid dude, and somebody like that, you're gonna find your person, Griff.
Yeah.
You're gonna find
Yeah,
him.
I like Griff now. And I
Yeah.
mean, the weird thing about Griff,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how I felt about him when I knew he liked Joan because I knew Joan didn't like him.
Yeah.
But then when they kept making the point that he's actually a nice guy, I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, now I
Yeah.
feel really bad."
I know. Yeah. Yeah. But, um, yeah, I don't know. So it's a sweet friendship that they have. It's nice. And then we find ourselves back in 1984 in the space disaster,
Dum dum.
and we find out that Griff died, uh, which is really
Well, damn.
yeah,
We just loving on Griff, and now it's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
crazy to make you really like the guy, and they're like, "Okay, he ain't making it out this shuttle."
yeah, right?
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie to you,
mm,
this moment,
yeah.
I started to have some very deep,
Mm.
dark predictions.
Oh my god. About Vanessa?
Yeah,
Oh.
and it was like well, cause now
Stop,
it's
Tiffany.
I know, but I mean,
Tiff.
look,
No,
I mean, but that would make the love story even more
I'm declining this invitation. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm not RSVPing to this
Alright,
party.
I wasn't even gonna make it a formal prediction because I was like, I know this is, like, a lot.
I know, and it's like, a good book should challenge you. A good book should make you sad, like a good book should be like, "Oh, that's not how I wanted it to go, but that's the reality of life." Like a lot of things don't go the way I want them to. But I'm
It's
not ready
because of
for
the
that.
format, because it's,
Yeah.
like, this slow burn love story,
Yeah.
this buildup, all rooted around this catastrophe
Yeah.
that and this is the chapter that also kinda just I think that really kind of exposed the weight of having to be closeted. Because
Hmm.
I don't even think they're keeping their relationship a secret is, like I'm not accepting myself as being queer type of a thing, as much
Mhm.
as we know society won't accept this, so
Yeah.
we're not, it's more from a societal perspective and not a personal, because I feel like it, Joan would be like telling everybody,
Waving that flag, everything rainbow from here on
yeah,
out,
yeah,
like
like I feel like Vanessa would just be chill and cool and like whatever it is, what it is, but
Mhm,
Joan would be so happy,
mhm.
if this was 2025 and not 1980s.
Yeah.
And so I guess it was just like this chapter and Griff dying,
Mhm,
and then Joan not being able to tell Vanessa that
mhm,
he is dead because they're worried how that would affect her ability to focus on trying to get back home. I was just like, could you imagine
mhm,
the love of your life is in this obscenely impossible situation and you have to guide them out of it, but you can't even for a moment crack and be like, "I love you, Vanessa. Oh my god." Like you have
yeah,
to maintain this facade.
composure, yeah. It's not even I mean, it's yeah, like she it's like you have to handle the situation, like, I'm not built for that.
I mean, I would be like, I gotta take the day off.
Yeah,
I'm not,
yeah,
because I'm trying to, I'm imagining this scene. Like I said, yeah, this is very cinematic for me. And so
yeah,
I'm imagining Joan and all these people around Joan. And we don't know the dynamic of their relationship at this point, so I'm not gonna like go too far ahead. But I'm just curious, like, can anybody, I mean, people had to know that they were close. Like,
mhm,
this is regardless of the sexual nature of their relationship, they just
mhm,
have a very intimate relationship. Like, they are best friends.
mhm,
They've been on this road for years together.
mhm.
So, like, the crazy thing to me is that she should have a response, but it's almost crazier because it's kind of like, well, what are you trying to hide? Because this is your friend, so you would clearly be upset, but you're
Yeah,
trying to play it off like, I'm just going to be professional master control engineer and da, 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 da," and it's
mhm.
like you get to be upset regardless if it's your girlfriend, your wife, your buddy, like
Yeah,
this is someone you love regardless. And so I just think it's interesting when we have to like put a mask on,
yeah.
but you don't realize that the mask doesn't even need to be put all the way on because you could still have those same feelings even if you weren't in love with this
Right.
person.
And I don't know. I mean, I think that like I hear you. I think that in this case, Joan, I think that like I can imagine, I don't know this for sure, but I can imagine that with something like the role that Joan is playing, it's like she's probably following protocol. Like I can't imagine like I think that like it's not even about, for me, like, professionalism as much as it's about, like, I need to keep the situation calm. Because if Joan starts to, like, let her emotions show in her voice, then, like, that could impact Vanessa, and, like, Vanessa might not be able to, like, function and do the things that she needs to do to, like, see
Yeah.
everybody back home. Like, I do feel like it
Yeah,
is
that's fair. That's
sterile
a good point.
it's a really sterile, like, approach, but I do feel like that is probably what protocol requires to make it as safe as possible. You know what I mean? I don't know. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. Because if I start getting nervous, right, and I hear them getting nervous, I'm like, as soon as they start like letting it on that they are as nervous as I am, then it's like, oh well, shit, I can't do nothing now. Like I
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump into the atmosphere. Why what are we doing right now?
But yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think in general though, like it's just hard. Like it's like, oh, that probably, especially as somebody that you care about, like trying to maintain that level of composure is like, oh my God, that sounds, and it's like such a scary situation. And Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I would not be built for that. Like if it's a panic situation, I'm probably gonna panic, and you're gonna know that I'm panicking. Like,
Yeah.
that's just I don't know. I think it's a good reason why I'm not in Joan's position. um, but yeah, so gosh, so we are in the space disaster. Griff has died. Situation is really intense right now. I guess because of like the little ricocheting of like whatever cord snapped, the latches that close the doors to the space shuttle are all messed up, and
Yeah.
Joan has or Vanessa has like a really small window of time where she has to get these doors closed properly and get them aligned and sealed shut. Otherwise, their space shuttle will burn up upon re-entering the atmosphere and everybody will die. um and so yeah, it's like a super panic situation where I guess they have like the opportunity to do like they could do another revolution or something like that
Yeah,
around the
yeah.
planet.
Yeah, it's I think at this point it's more so about I think it was like, let's she does have time to do another revolution,
Mhm.
but Griff and Lydia do not have
Right.
time for her
Well,
to
Griff
wait
is
for
gone.
another. Right, she doesn't know that quite yet,
Yeah,
but that's kind of where the urgency behind, "Let's get these doors closed so we can get up out, so we can get these people back on the ground to get
yeah,
medical care."
right.
But theoretically, I think she could take as long as she needs to
Figure
get
it
them
out.
doors
Yeah,
shut.
yeah, right. And so now it's kind of like a situation where they basically have told her, like, you can do another revolution. You can, like, figure out how to get these doors closed. But if you do, we're probably going to run out of time and Lydia's not going to make it. Or you can, like, do the best you can right now and risk it. But if you do that, you're probably gonna die. So, you know, Lydia
Yeah,
or you.
pick
You
your
don't really like
poison.
her anyway, so you might as well.
Yeah. Although she low key saved
Yeah.
your life, but yeah.
Yeah. um, these are fictional characters, you guys.
Yes.
I'm not this insensitive. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of like where it leaves off, which like wow, cliffhanger. Like
Well, and
that's
they do ultimately, because her response was like, "But what about Griff?"
and they're
And
like,
they're like,
so
about Griff." So, homeboy been gone for a minute.
yeah, he died 20 minutes ago. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Um, but
So
yeah. No,
so
I
they
know,
do
right?
they do ultimately reveal that to her,
Yeah.
after keeping it from her,
So they let her know that, but we don't know if at the end of that if she's gonna oh no.
what she's gonna do.
Yeah, we don't know at the end of that if she's gonna like do the next revolution.
Yeah.
Do you want a revolution? Or if she's gonna or if she's gonna try to like make it work within the time that she has.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
they
I guess
basically
we'll find
said,
out.
like, you can't those doors she needs more of those bolts to be secure for that to be a reality.
Right.
So, I think if
That's
I
what
were
I
to guess, because we don't go back to 1984 before
in a
this
while.
section of pages finishes,
Yeah.
I think now that she knows that Griff is gone, who she obviously cared for deeply,
Yeah.
she's gonna focus on trying to get her ass up out there alive. Like, I
Yeah.
don't see her. I mean, when she asked Joan, like, "Can I do it with this number?" And she's like, "No."
Right.
I mean, you
Yeah.
really only have one choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was really hoping that we would get to the conclusion of that before, but I
I
think that's
was
probably gonna be
too.
the last. I don't think we're going back to 1984 until like the last episode.
No, I think we're gonna be in 1984 soon. I
You
think
think
as
so?
soon as we get up off this episode, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna not read. I'm gonna try to hold myself for at least until Friday
Yeah.
before I start reading, but maybe Saturday. Gosh. Um, no, I think we're gonna get a few more 1984s. But
Okay.
I think I do think they're gonna hold off. the reveal till the end as far
Yeah.
as what ultimately happens.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
I know. I don't
Well,
even let books give me this level of anxiety, and I have mild anxiety around what is going to happen to these people.
actually not well.
I
I'm, like,
know.
sweating right now.
It's gonna be crazy too to watch this movie because it's like, I already know what happens.
What do you know when it comes out?
No, they haven't even
Yeah,
started
okay.
filming. So, they haven't even cast it, but
Oh, yeah, well.
it's fine. We'll survive.
Well, that's okay. Then
No
maybe
ki
this will be an extra fun prediction then because, like, when we predict the characters or the cast, it's, like, great, like, I don't know, it'll be so interesting to see if anything comes true.
None of my predictions will come true.
Oh my god,
None.
don't say that, you don't know that.
I mean,
Um,
maybe. I do look, I think Griff might end up being black, but
oh,
I
well,
don't
maybe.
I don't think,
Interesting.
some of these characters will be black. They
Right,
have,
because she did say there were a few black people that were inducted into their cohort, right?
e oh, I
I
didn't
think
see
it said
that.
that. I think, yeah, she was like 3 black men or something like that got
But
inducted.
I thought that was, like, the
Oh, that might
previous cycle, and I think because the point they were trying to make
mm,
is that first it's white, then
yeah,
it's male,
right.
and then next I was like, it's probably white female is the
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
Like, I
Oh,
I do think, like, I just don't think these 2 main characters
mhm.
will be black in the film. I
No,
can
they're
see
not
some
white.
of these other female astronauts being black, though,
Yeah. Okay.
but I want the 2 stars to be black.
Yeah.
I really do, and
Yeah.
I don't care. That's gonna be my prediction, and it's gonna not come true, and that's okay.
It's not, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But it is
Alright.
okay. Um,
Mm. Oh, we're flashing back to my birth year and month.
yeah, so they all officially become astronauts.
August
Yay!
1981. Woo!
Wow. Bow, 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 bow. Oh my god. That's a great an epic month in history.
Yes, MTV, astronauts, Tiffany.
Wow.
Boom.
But yeah, they officially all become astronauts and things heat up between Joan and Vanessa. I feel like they finally are like giving in to each
Get
other.
over that tension from the awkward stripper night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Finally, just like, yeah, allowing themselves to like do this and like be in this. And yeah, they are learning how to be with each other in a society that doesn't accept their sexuality. I think kind of like you said, Vanessa's just really chill about it in general. And I think that Vanessa is probably, yeah, I don't think Vanessa feels any shame about her sexuality, but I do
No.
think that she like is like, oh, this is just how it is and this is the lifestyle. This is what it means and I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you're just supposed to be secret.
Yeah.
You just can't have a public relationship,
Yeah.
and
And
yeah,
Joan's like, ugh,
yeah.
it's
Yeah, it's
very
really
hard to adapt to for
it
her.
is interesting to see how they both settle into it,
Hmm.
and that's why, like, I don't even know if what I just like, even the term "closeted" doesn't describe what this is,
Hmm.
I don't they both, in my opinion, are proudly queer, but,
Yeah.
like, I think they just accept society, but
Yeah.
it's not where there's people today who may not be ready to come out or whatever the case may be. And
Yeah.
it could be because of other societal pressures of family or work or whatever. But
Yeah, it's like they have this like clandestine romance where it's like it's a secret
yeah,
out of necessity, but not because
yeah. Yeah,
they
I think
really
it
want
like I
to
said,
be.
if this whole thing happened in 2025, they woulda if anything, they would have kept it a secret more so because they're colleagues and not
Right.
the gay of it all. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think that would be the thing,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
But before they get into lip locking, I need to read Lydia just a tad,
Oh,
'cause
oh.
this hoe, I don't know who I get it, like, that liquid courage will have you coming up out of your whole body. But for her to have The
The
audacity,
unmitigated gall.
the absolute audacity to tell Joan and the Vanessa, I'm surprised y'all made it this far. I didn't even think y'all like the what? The way
Mm.
she would have been smacked twice, I don't know.
My mama
For
used to
me.
say the unmitigated gall. Have you ever heard anyone say that? It
Never,
was like a
never.
distinctly old
All right, Mel Mama, I like you.
the unmitigated
I
gall.
like words, so I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. um, but yeah, no, Lydia's wild. Lydia, oh girl, sit down, have a seat.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, so um, what happens? What happens?
Anyway, they kiss.
They kiss. They
They kiss.
do. They do more than
They
that.
finally kiss in the most film
Oh my god.
like, it
Just
was so
rushes
moving.
her.
Yeah,
Why do film kisses? It's like this is not how it happens.
in real life, I know.
It's so
In
dramatic.
in every romantic possible way this could have been written, it was like
Yeah.
the tension, the buildup, the lust, the thrust, the
The thrust,
ah!
the thrust. Oh man, that's
Yeah,
funny.
and then it just exploded from there. It was like once we started kissing, could not stop.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a whole thing now. They like take a trip. Where did they go? They went to somewhere else in
They just
Texas.
went
I don't remember.
somewhere away from
Yeah.
camp base, whatever they, were
Like on their
calling.
first real date, I guess.
Yes.
Maybe it's not their first
They
one.
went on a date, as in they went and ate in public.
Yeah. Yeah, right,
Um,
right. They couldn't
which
hold hands or anything, but
yeah, they
yeah.
just look like 2 chicks at dinner, but
Yeah. Um, but yeah, and then they kind of in the evening, having this what I thought was like a really interesting discussion about science and religion. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it was like Vanessa basically kind of seems like she's an atheist. And Joan believes that science and religion, not only are they not in opposition to each other, but that they actually might be two sides of the same coin. Did you
mhm.
kind of like pick up on that part of the
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of thoughts about this one. Um, I don't know. I was curious if that like resonated with you, but that definitely resonated for me. I can't express it from the, I'm obviously not a NASA engineer, so I can't, I can't quite express it in the same way that Joan has. But I've always had this feeling that like science is like proof of God more than like anything else. I don't know. Like whenever I'm in like nature, she has this quote that it's a really short one. Let me see. She says, I guess I'm too blown away by it all, too moved by it to not feel a sense of awe that other people feel in church." And I don't know, like anytime that I'm like in nature and really getting to witness something beautiful, that is like when I feel the presence of God the strongest, whatever that means. It's still this amorphous thing to me, but that is like when I like feel the most certain of God. And it is like this, like, right, okay. Like I never like growing up in church in a black church, you see people catch the Holy Spirit all the time.
Yeah.
And I never really had that experience. I was like, I just don't get it. But like then I go up and I see this like amazing waterfall and it's just like, oh my God, I'm ready to start stomping my feet and clapping my hands. Like somebody pull out the tambourine. I'm catching the Holy Ghost right now. Like so yeah, I don't know. That really like struck me. But yeah.
I don't know. As someone who is fairly anti-religion,
Hmm.
but highly, highly spiritual,
Hmm.
I can connect in the sense of like being in nature has this exalted feeling,
Hmm.
but I personally never connected that to a God.
Hmm.
Um, like I have complex feelings around praising a God.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and so I kind of am like somewhere in the middle of the Joan and Vanessa of it all.
Mm,
Like, I am in no way an atheist.
mhm.
I do believe of this, like, and I actually believe in the planets' alignment, and their the energy force that they give off does impact us and
Mhm.
how things unfold in our life, like, not to get, like, Mercury retrograde and, like, I do that part of it, that scientific part of it, I can get with,
Yeah.
just like I can get with this spiritual energy that
Mhm.
lives in the trees, in nature, in the history of the spaces, somehow still, like, breathes in those places.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Vanessa went a or Joan went a little too far left for me, and Vanessa went a little too far right, so I
Mm.
just
Yeah.
I
That's it.
don't I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think yeah, that is interesting. I don't know. I don't it's weird because I actually do like, as I'm saying all of this, I do I don't know. I feel like I need to like I have an idea of what my spiritual beliefs are, but I feel like I need to really write them down and like clarify them to some extent because I agree with you in that like I don't necessarily believe in like a god in the quote unquote traditional sense that a lot of religions might describe God as. Like I don't believe that God is like this overarching being that rules from high and looks down low or whatever. Um but kind of like what we explored in Parable of the Sower. And I think kind of like in the connections that Joan is describing, like I think that God, I feel like God is like this ubiquitous, like, it is like, I don't know. It's so hard to like put into words, but it's
Yeah,
like,
and sometimes it doesn't have to be. I think for
yeah,
me personally,
yeah,
I think spirituality should be a very individualistic experience
yeah.
that can be communal. I
Hmm.
don't think it needs to be a communal experience for all individuals, like, if
Mm,
that makes
yeah.
any sense whatsoever.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting to think about cuz it's like I feel the presence of something profound and I'm calling it God, but I don't know beyond that what. I don't know how to define that quote unquote God, except that I just know that there's something, that I feel that feels like a connection to something big and powerful and that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not in me. You know what I mean? Like I think
Mhm.
that like Parable of the Sower defined it really well where it's like it kind of like conveys the idea that like we all possessed godliness in a way. But yeah, yeah, interesting stuff there. Um yeah, and then yeah, kind of just we're wrapping up this section and again, Jones like kind of understanding what it means to be in a relationship. Um and there was one part that really kind of like struck me where towards the end Vanessa is like uh what did she say? I think Joan wanted Vanessa to like meet Francis probably or somebody in her family.
Oh, yeah. Yep, yep. Mhm.
And Vanessa was like, "Oh, I didn't know we were meeting families right now." And Joan kind of like has this surge of frustration. And there's a quote that reads, "It was very hard. Joan had learned these past few months not to scream at someone sometimes. One moment you were vibrating with excitement, but quickly all that same energy could be funneled into fear or anger. She never lived this much on the edges of her own emotions, and it was exhausting."
And
And
and this is because
mhm,
before this, they said "I love you" to each other.
mm,
Vanessa said it first, although Joan, I think, probably wanted to say it
yeah,
because she definitely is the, like, puppy dog of the relationship.
yeah,
Um, and so I
yeah,
think that's where that quote really hits because it's like, "But we're in love, so why wouldn't you meet the person I love the most in my life?" That
yeah,
doesn't make sense to me.
yeah,
Or why
yeah.
wouldn't you want to?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know, I think that that sentiment, like, just in general, like, that is helpful context, but I do think that that sentiment resonates just in general in relationships. Like, I don't know, one thing that I learned in my last relationship is just like, I don't know, it's like emotions. Like, you are really like opening yourself up to somebody, and like there's a lot of like great emotions and highs that come with that, but then there can be a lot of like disappointments and frustrations that can like, yeah, like translate to fear or anger, and you have to like really rein that in, and it requires a lot of self-control I think to be in a relationship, and a healthy one, I think.
Yeah, you know, I think that there's a couple of challenges I have here.
Yeah. Mm,
And yes, I do think people who are not fully developed as an individual and then
mhm,
try to achieve that level of development within a relationship
mhm,
can create these intense moments, right?
mhm,
And sometimes people can't carry the weight of that instability.
mhm,
So, Joan, I think, is very loose with her emotions. Like,
mhm,
she feels everything to every extreme,
yeah.
right?
Mhm,
I am actually on Vanessa's side
mhm,
because, in my opinion, Frances is basically her kid.
yeah.
And mind you, this is fall. So let's just say October, November.
Mhm,
They only kissed in August, my
yeah.
G.
Yeah.
Why are we trying to meet kids in like 3, 4 months?
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm,
and you already have to hide the relationship.
mhm,
So why would you put that kid through that level of instability that you have to figure out how to navigate? Like, you haven't even navigated it.
mhm,
That's I just don't like that. I don't like when people are trying to like, "Oh, I want you to meet my kid." Like, no. Meeting the kids is like, "I'm about to put a ring on it" type.
yeah.
Like, no. I think Joan is just highly emotional.
Yeah.
And
Mm,
that's okay, but
mhm,
like, don't put Frances through that. That is not Frances is not does not need to carry that right now. Like, and I think this is so new for Joan. She
mhm.
just doesn't get
Need to carry
how
what though? Like,
the potential breakup, like the confusion of what is it anyway? Like,
yeah.
is this auntie's bestie? Is this auntie's like boo? Like,
Mhm,
kids are very much more what's the word? Perceptive. Kids are
mhm,
way more perceptive, and I think that Frances would recognize being introduced to this woman as a partner and not
mm,
a friend. I really do
mm,
think that she would, and the main reason I think that is because Joan feels safe around Frances. Frances is her safe space.
mhm,
So I can see Joan's mask slipping much more easily around Frances than even a Barbara,
yeah.
right? Like, because I think she knows that Frances loves her unconditionally.
Mhm,
And so she is in la la, lovey dovey mode.
mhm,
She wants the person she loves the most to feel that radiated energy of love come out like, I'm just exploding with love, and I got my kid who I love and my girl, and
mhm,
but to me, if you are not prepared to talk about what Vanessa means to you, to this child,
mhm,
you are not ready to introduce this child to Vanessa.
hmm,
'Cause I mean, it's one thing to have to hide from coworkers and certain family members and in real life and yada yada, but I don't wanna be a secret to the person that means the most to you.
yeah.
I do not.
Mhm, hmm.
So,
How do you feel about other relationships? Like, Like if it was her mom or her sister or something like that in that time.
Again, to me,
Yeah.
if there's that level of safety, if
Mhm.
that person makes you feel safe
Mhm.
and you can't go into this with absolute honesty,
Mhm.
I just don't think so. I don't know, because to me, people will eventually see through it. The
Mhm.
longer you and Vanessa be hanging out with your sister or your mama or
Mhm.
like, they will start to see it because you're gonna slip. You're going to start to get too comfortable, and you're
Mhm.
gonna hold Vanessa's hand, or you're gonna whisper something. Like, people will notice things.
Mhm.
And to me, and I get it, like, I have not been in a situation where I've had to hide a relationship, you know, interracial relationship, a little bit of
Mhm.
some uncomfortableness around, very actually a lot of uncomfortableness
Mhm.
around it initially, but, like, I don't know what it's like to have to hide that such a big part of myself, and so I don't wanna speak too, judgmentally, but I still think, in my opinion, Tiffany's opinion, I would not want to introduce anyone to anyone that I really cared about if they didn't know me fully. Like, if I was not prepared to share what this means to me
Mhm.
with them, I just think it's unfair to the person. Like, I really
Mhm.
do,
Mhm.
because that's kinda hurtful to be like, "Oh, this is my homie Vanessa."
Yeah. That's interesting. I have like thoughts about it, but they're coming from a different place. Like I have thoughts about meeting family members just that are like relevant to like my personal most recent history, but it's not so much, and it was an interracial relationship, but it wasn't so much about the like hiding or feeling like I'm not certain about who this person is in my life or whatever. But I just think that like, I think that like at least for me in that situation, like when it comes to the topic of like meeting family and things like that, like I think having a strong foundation for a relationship is important before like it just feels like at least the way my experience like I feel like having like a sturdy foundation of a relationship like feels important before like really folding in like family and stuff like that. But I think
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I moving forward for me too, when I
Mhm.
do decide to entertain a relationship,
Mhm.
I don't think I would wanna do that either, because
Yeah.
um it gets deep, you know? I mean, granted, I've been in some very long-term relationships,
Mhm.
and so it's inevitable to meet
Mhm.
people, but
Mhm.
even then, it's like, if I'm with you for that long and we're not in a committed, like, I just you get you there's a level of, like, there's just a level of I don't know what the word is,
Mhm.
but when or if that relationship ends,
Mhm.
it's just like breaking up with so many people,
Yeah.
because as much as you want and think that those relationships will continue, and they may for a while,
Mhm.
for me, they definitely did for a little bit. I think me leaving the state kinda made it easier
Mhm.
to not still have those relationships, but, like, you were there for so much. Like, I was there for my ex's niece's birth,
Mhm.
like, she didn't exist, and then she did exist,
Mhm.
and we broke up, and she was, almost a tween,
Wow.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't just be like, "Alright, bye, Felicia." Like, I love you just as much as he love you, like, I've
Mhm.
known you just as long as he's known you, like,
Mhm. Yeah.
so, yeah, it's hard. I mean, but marriages break up, things happen. At some point, you gotta meet the family. But
Mhm.
I just think in this very unique situation, well, I just think it's too soon. Like,
Mhm.
let's be for real. Aside from everything, let's just throw the hiding out the window y'all ain't even been together for 6 months. Like, let's calm down. I get it. Joan ain't been in a real serious, excited relationship. So I just think she's just overexcited. That's all
Yeah.
this is. She's not really thinking about the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, whatever the case,
Mhm.
like straight, gay, whatever type of relationship you have, like get to know, focus on getting to know the
Yeah.
person. Like, let's stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Just simplify things, you know. Yeah. I agree. I agree. Um well, yeah, I mean that's basically our section this week. Any final thoughts or
I did think that was kind of a really cool ending point, kind of
yeah.
like a little cliffhanger, because up until this point, it's been like kind of roses, right?
Yeah.
Just like starry eyes and flowers and rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah.
But then this is where you kind of see this tension turn. And so, one of the things I think ultimately, and mind you, this is 1981 and they're in 1984. I just don't know how do you hide such a big part of yourself for years?
Mm.
That's the thing that I'm like, how is this sustainable? Like, I'm curious where this is gonna go,
Yeah.
because I'm wondering if they're even together in 1984. Like, we are assuming
Yeah.
that they are, but we actually don't know that. They could not even be together,
Mhm.
but be in this situation that causes them to realize, "Oh my god, I really love this person, and, we're not together because we have to hide, and I don't wanna keep hiding." Like, I
Yeah.
don't think anyone anywhere wants to hide their relationship for years, like, to whether you're PDA-ish or not, like,
Yeah.
you wanna just be normal in
Mhm.
public.
Right.
You know? And you don't wanna have
Yeah.
to be, like, looking over your shoulder, wonder, "Are people looking at us? Are they thinking this and that?" Like, I spent a year doing that, and that shit was
Mhm.
crazy, like,
Mhm.
"Are they looking at us because he's white and I'm black?" And then
Yeah.
eventually I was just like, "I don't care. If you
Yeah.
got that much energy for some people you don't know, then that's
Are
on
you
you.
like,
I'm not carrying
cool?
that weight with you."
Yeah. Yeah.
It gets
Seriously.
tiring, and I just don't
Yeah.
see how they can go from 1981 to 1984 and still be secret lovers, lovers.
Mhm.
I just don't see it.
Yeah. 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 I actually like I don't know why. I'm not sure why, but something gave me the suspicion that by 1984 they weren't together again. And I don't know what it is. Like I feel like there might have been something like just a really small thing that she wrote at the very beginning, like in that first like time where Vanessa Joan is communicating from mission control with Vanessa. But something gave me the feeling that they're not actually together by that point. So that'll be interesting to like find out
Yeah.
cuz
So
yeah.
we're in alignment with that.
Oh, so you didn't think they were together at that time either. You
No,
thought they
that's what I was just
actually
saying. Like, I just don't believe that they could
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
secret for
for that
4 years. Like,
long.
I just don't see how
Yeah.
you can be in a secret relationship for that long.
Yeah, yeah.
I think eventually it will wear on them, and clearly, based on the I don't know. No one everybody's just focused on this accident, so who knows? But I'm not it would be a feat if they
Mhm.
were actually still in a secret relationship or
Yeah.
secretly married for that. Well, I don't know if you could get married in 1984, but yeah, I would be shocked.
Yeah.
And it also would be low key unbelievable, and I think this is a good enough writer to not
Yeah.
do something that unbelievable. Unless, like I said, unless everybody does know and we don't know that they know. I don't know,
Yeah. Wow. Huh.
because we
Wow.
really don't.
We
They
don't.
wouldn't be talking about their relationship. Although I do feel like somebody would have been like, "Hey, Joan, you need a minute? You want me to take over here? You need to
Right? Yeah, but I mean,
go
she's the
step
only
out for a little
person.
bit."
Yeah. Hmm.
So
Wow.
I guess we'll see
We will see next time.
next time
Oh.
on Words in the Wild. Actually, what are we reading next time? It looks like pages 194 to
Mm,
266. So
okay.
we reading some pages.
Okay.
This seems like this is actually a fairly large chunk compared to the final
Great.
pages. So,
Great.
oh no. Yeah, it's about the same. So
Okay.
yeah, we're going to be reading pages 194 to 266 for next time, and yeah, make sure, I don't know. I just, you know, just try to stick with us. Try not to read ahead if you're reading along with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you are enjoying our podcast, feel free to hit that follow button on Spotify or Apple, or if you're randomly listening on YouTube, hit the subscribe
Mm-hmm.
and check out Beyond the Wild. We release new episodes weekly, talking about different elements of the book, very different from this here pod. And we are on Instagram at Words in the Wild Pod.
Mm-hmm.
Join the book club. Join the book club. We are
Mm-hmm.
still cooking up some things for some in-person stuff on the East Coast. Sorry, everyone else. That's just where we happen to be. um, but yeah, this has been good.
Yeah.
I'm ready to read. But I'm not
Yes.
gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna
You're gonna
wait.
hold off.
This book is so
I don't know if I'm
fast.
gonna make it. I might start reading as soon as we're done. I'm sorry, but
Oh god.
but that's also because I feel like I'll probably end up procrastinating later in the week. So
That's fair.
this will be good. But yeah, I'm sure I'll read it so fast. Yeah, I'm excited. Cool.
All right.
Well, we'll see you next time. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us.
Yeah. See you
Holla.
on the next one. Words in the Wild, an adventure and wellness podcast produced by First Outdoor Company. Subscribe now and be sure to follow us on social media at Words in the Wild Pod.